This isn't just another viral cheating scandal. This is a masterclass in how your nervous system gives you away in seconds under pressure. I'm going to break down what really happened in that Coldplay moment. Not just what they did, but how their bodies expose them completely. And more importantly, I will show you how the exact same nonverbal leaks show up in business, in sales, and in leadership, often when the stakes are even higher. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you will know how to recognize panic, shame, and powerful shifts in other people and in yourself before words are even spoken. My name is Tatiana Teppoeva. I'm a personality profiler and nonverbal communication expert. In just seconds, their bodies gave away everything: shame, panic, and the real power dynamic between them. Let's get one thing straight. I don't support cheating in any form, but this moment gives us something rare: a real time, unfiltered glimpse into how our nervous system reacts under emotional pressure, especially when we are caught doing something we know is wrong. And let's use it as a learning moment. What made this video explode wasn't what they did, it was how they clearly gave themselves away without saying even a word. The entire internet suddenly became a body language expert. But here's the thing: most real life reactions are not this dramatic. The same signals still happen, but they're subtle. And we miss them unless we know how to read them. This isn't just about personal scandal. This happens in job interviews, investor pitches, and sales meetings. And if you are unprepared emotionally or mentally, your body will leak signals and someone will read them, whether it's a buyer, a journalist, or a competitor. If you are a car dealer, what if the car you are showing starts smoking mid drive? It happened to me once with Volkswagen. I have never test driven that brand since. If you are in real estate, what if your client is greeted at the door by a rat? How do you react? Or if you are a buyer and someone offers you a better deal than you expected, will your excitement cost you your negotiation leverage? One behavior analyst surveyed his audience, over 1,000 people, including trained observers. The result? A list of over 15 nonverbal cues that gave this couple away. Why so many? If the signal was so obvious, why couldn't we all name the same thing? Here are the three potential reasons. Number one, nonverbal communication is contextual and layered. No single gesture is ever enough. The second reason is we often feel something is wrong before we know why. We process emotion before we find logic. Or we just don't know why. We think it could be that thing. And third reason is projection and bias. Some people spotted cues that resonated with their own discomfort. This is why I always say never judge someone by one gesture. You must read the full pattern in context: body, face, voice, situation, all together. And if you want to learn what nonverbal communication actually includes, check out my video linked at the end. And now, here is something I didn't hear others say. She reacted first. Her body said panic. She covered her face, turned away, shrank down, and he followed. She took the lead in the nonverbal withdrawal. He delayed, then mirrored, but without instinct to protect or repair. No care, no shielding, no connection. And different personalities react differently under pressure. She likely has high anxiety and consciousness, guardian or connector type. He showed signs of detachment, most likely a strategist or a performer, trying to preserve image more than connection. And in disasters, we see these two. Executors move to help others, guardians freeze, performers perform. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your wiring. And this wasn't just a gotcha moment, it was predictable. These are two executives. They knew what they were doing wasn't innocent. And they didn't plan what they would do if someone saw them. Not a single exit strategy. And when we are caught doing something we secretly believe is wrong, our body reacts fast. You cannot fake your nervous system. If she had jumped in joy, waved, smiled, it would have looked innocent. But her shame confirmed our suspicion. Let's zoom in on the five most talked about nonverbal reactions in that moment, the ones even non experts instantly picked up on. They all scream one thing: I want to disappear. But each of them has a deeper layer when seen through profiling. First one, her face covering. The most common reaction spotted. Classic hiding gesture. But what's key here is that she leads. Her body says, get me out of here now. In my personality type framework, this is often seen in high empathy, high anxiety types like the connector or guardian. Under stress, they retreat to protect their emotional or social image. Second one, eyes widening, both of them. This is a universal marker of a surprise, but not always negative. Widened eyes happen during a surprise party or a gift reveal too. So, what makes this one different? Surprise is the shortest emotion that quickly transforms into another emotion, either positive or negative. And here is no follow up joy. Surprise doesn't lead to connection, it leads to shame and withdrawal. In profiling terms, this moment reveals a conflict between internal beliefs and external exposure they got. Third one, she is turning away. She turns her head and body away within seconds, a literal break of engagement, not just hiding, but also disassociation. She's checking out. This is often a marker of someone who fears judgment, especially if they value control over their image. Think of performers under pressure when the stage turns hostile. Number four, separation from each other, both of them. This one is subtle but powerful. In seconds, their bodies go from entwined to strangers on a bench. Healthy couples often sync and regulate each other under stress. Here, no repair, no sync, just two people in parallel shame spirals. This reveals either disconnect dynamic or two people with very different coping styles. Again, she leads the retreat and he follows. No assertive rhetoric from him, no care. Number five, both body shrinking. He crouches and hides behind a transparent cover, almost trying to disappear. This turtling is deeply instinctive, but for CEO, this tells you a lot. And instead of damage control or protection, he goes into self-reduction, possibly indicating someone who is used to controlling environment, but not good at recovering from emotional surprise. This is often a trait of strategists or even silent observer who avoid public emotional exposure. And his public note posted by someone on LinkedIn confirms that. Together, these five behaviors told the whole story, and none of them required a word. The body speaks loudest when the mind panics, and in this case, both personalities unraveled in less than 3 seconds. Just from this situation, we can suspect their personality types and explain why they behave the way they did. Let's look at them. Andy, CEO or former CEO. What we could see from his behavior: delayed reaction compared to hers, shrinks downwards, ducks behind glass, no effort to soothe, protect, or regulate her, displays no anger or defiance. His likely main personality type is strategist. Core drivers are control, image, and power. And under stress, he withdraws to avoid emotional exposure and plans next move quietly. How I saw it? His ducking and shrinking suggests shame, but without panic. His instinct may be to control damage internally. The delay suggests assessment, not impulsive reaction. And his secondary type is most likely silent observer. Core drivers are autonomy and internal logic. And under stress, he withdraws deeply, avoids emotional mess, and minimizes presence. How I saw it? No emotional repair attempt, no body contact, no eye sync with her. All point to a low affect profile. This can explain non reactivity and internalized processing. Now let's look at Kristen, Chief People Officer. What behaviors we could observe with her? She reacts first within a second, hands fly to face, body turns away. Social scanning kicks in only after retreat. Blush is visible and highly sensitive to social judgment. Her likely main personality type is guardian. Core drivers are safety, caution, doing what's right. And under stress, she retreats fast, hides, and avoids confrontation. And how did I see that? Her instinctive turn and face covering screams high self monitoring and internal shame. Guardians often fear social or moral exposure. And her secondary type is most likely a connector. Core drivers are connection, emotional integrity. And under stress, she shows sensitive to rejection and may show visible emotional discomfort. How I saw this one, she looks not only ashamed but abandoned. Her subtle glance toward the woman nearby looked like a search for validation or safety, a common social seeking behavior in moments of shame. And this is exactly the kind of profiling I teach, whether you are selling to a walk in client or pitching a strategic deal. I help sales teams and leaders decode who they are talking to and adapt their communication in real time. Because when you match your message to the buyer's type, trust and conversion follow naturally. And this wasn't just about cheating, it was about being unprepared for scrutiny, for visibility, for the consequences of your own actions. Don't show up unprepared, emotionally or strategically. If you are in sales, leadership, or any public role, this is your lesson. Learn to prepare for visibility, learn to lead under pressure, and don't do what you believe is wrong, because your body will speak before your words even can. If this breakdown helped you see more clearly, let me know what you think in the comments and tell me what high pressure moment you want me to decode next.